I'm Erica Johnson and I'm a makeup artist and I'm here with the Desire Company today. So today I'm going to be teaching you how I wear my full face makeup every day and how I apply it in all of the products that I use. So first, you always have to start with clean skin. I always wash with my favorite cleanser. This is the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser. Obviously, I already done that, so we've got that here just so you can see. And then you also want to have some type of moisturizer that helps your foundation stick and helps you wear it longer. And this also has SPF in it, so it'll protect you from the sun because the sun is the #1 cause of skin damage. So you want to make sure you always have some moisturizer. And then of course some eye cream. So we'll start by putting a little bit of that on because I already put moisturizer on. And I usually just use the tip of my finger and kind of pat right on that bone under each eye and just smooth it on. You don't have to put it right underneath the eye because what happens is it warms up and it kind of moves. So just right on that bone, just tap it in, tap, tap, tap. And so that's it for the skincare. Then we move on to brows and primer. So primer is good because underneath makeup, you wanna make sure you have something that it'll hold on to, and then it'll also help with it wearing longer. So this is my favorite primer. This is the Milk Hydro Primer. So I'm just gonna use my beauty blender and apply it all over. And remember, if you use a beauty blender, you have to wet it and kind of squeeze out the excess water. Forehead too. It feels nice and cool. And then I like to move on to my eyebrows. Now this is my favorite brow pencil. It's made by Benefit. It's called the Precisely My Brow Pencil. I love this pencil. So I like to just brush up my brows. You just want to make sure that you're moving in the same direction as the hair is growing. So you just softly start lightly coloring in the brow all the way through. Underneath your brow, at your brow line, you can kind of make a line and it just makes your brow look a little straighter. So you're just brushing the color all the way through. And then you can use the other side to blend it out. See like a little hole or see where you may need more color, you just go back in and add it. Moving on to concealer. This is NARS Creamy Concealer, my favorite, in caramel. So we're gonna start with that. And I like to just use the tip of the brush and clean up right underneath that line, underneath the brow. And I kind of go up on top also just to make sure that it's clean as well. And then I'm gonna use my beauty blender and just kind of blend that out on both sides, top and bottom. And I'm just kind of blending out the excess primer that I have on. So I'm gonna use the same color concealer and I'm gonna use it under my eyes. And I have a little redness around my nose, so I like to use it there as well. And then around my lip also. And then I'm gonna use my beauty blender again and then just blend that out. And I go over my lids as well with the concealer. Sometimes you have like oily lids and you just wanna make sure you can kind of mattify them, and with using the concealer that helps. And some foundation. And that's what we're gonna do next. Again, with my beauty blender, I use the Sheer Glow NARS foundation. And I'm just gonna do like 2 pumps of that on here. You can always go in for more. And then if there's too much on the sponge, you can always use your palette or your hand and kind of just blend it all out. And again, the beauty blender just makes it so easy. I like to go under my chin a little bit on the neck and blend it down. And because I like a little more highlight underneath my eyes, I'm gonna use another concealer. It's also a NARS concealer. It's just a shade lighter. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more of that underneath my eyes and then blend it out with my beauty blender. Blend, blend, blend. And you can kind of see how that gives me a little bit more highlight or pop underneath the eye. I'm just gonna do that on both sides. All right, now I'm gonna use a little bit of powder. This is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. It's a little darker than my shade, but I like to use it like around the perimeter of my face, like a bronzer almost, just to give me a little extra color. And I'm gonna use a powder brush and then just tap it in the powder. I'm using my Morphe powder brush. And then I'm just gonna tap the excess powder off of the brush. And hit those cheekbones and underneath the chin. I'm gonna add a little more on the other side. Excess on the lids. And that helps get rid of some of my oil, and also if you're a little hot, it'll help with any perspiration that you have. And then you can add a little contour. We all need a little contour in our life. This is the True Complexion Contour Palette. It's the light to medium shades. It's really nice because it has an illuminator and then 2 contour colors, the sculpt and the contour color. So I like to kind of mix the both of these. And I apply it right on my cheekbone. And I use the same brush. Sometimes I'll squeeze my brush so it kind of makes it thinner. And then that way I can really get into that cheek. And then use the excess around and give yourself a nice halo. And now we're gonna do a little bit of blush. This is a NARS blush. It's Orgasm, super popular. And you just pop it right there on the cheek, and then I kind of blend it back. Same thing on this side. And this is nice because it has a little shimmer in it, so it gives you a nice glow. Next, we'll do a little bit of eyeliner. My favorite liquid eyeliner is the Stila liquid eyeliner. And I usually close my eye. I don't pull too hard on the eyes. I kind of just pull it lightly and go right into the lash line and just kind of bring it right across. And it just goes right into the corner. You want to go all the way across. Usually I like to start a little thinner and then go to make it a little bit like fuller, thicker. And then you can wing it. And again, you can always go back in and add more or pull your wing out. And then next we'll do a little bit of mascara. I love the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black, and I like to add lots of it. So you just want to start at the base of your lash and pull the mascara through. And what I like is to add a little and then let it dry and then go back and add more. And I got a little mascara on my lid, but I'll use my beauty blender to just kind of wipe it off. I used to buy like the really fancy, expensive mascaras, but I found this. As a makeup artist, you don't want to spend a ton of money on mascara all the time unless you have it like for specific clients. But this is a go-to because it gives nice volume and it's super dark. And most of us want it to be really, really dark. And I kind of like when I use mascara on the bottom and I'm not wearing eyeliner because it kind of smudges. So it almost gives you like the appearance of you having liner on, but you really don't. So now I'm just gonna kind of let that dry. And then where I made a little boo-boo, I'm going to now use my lip. This is a Bobbi Brown Art Stick. It's nice because it's kind of matte, but it's not so matte that it's drying to the lips. And I like to overline my lips. So I literally line right outside of your lip line just to give that fuller lip appearance. And I'm gonna fill my lips in with this as well. And it feels super good. And then I'm just gonna use a concealer and kind of go in where I have a little redness around my nose and around my lips just to clean up. And then I'm just gonna use my beauty blender to blend it out. And then if you wanna spice it up a notch, you could put a little lip gloss in the center of your lips. And this is a NARS gloss. And then to finish, I have what is my favorite thing, the Continuous Setting Mist from Morphe. It's so nice because it mattifies you and helps your makeup wear longer all day. And it comes out in a mist. Sometimes they have products that spray, but they kind of like spit on you. This is like a nice soft mist. So I'm gonna I like to spray a little first, just to make sure it's spraying correctly. And then I just close and spray. It smells so good also. And then I kind of fan myself to dry it. And voila, there's my everyday look.